Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and this is my last standard video for a while on the channel, but we'll get to that in just a second. It's blue-white control. In the meantime, put your Fs in the chat. This is, well, it's the kind of deck I want to play as we head into our holiday, into a new year, actually, into 2023. My favorite type of deck, and I actually feel like it got a lot recently, and therefore is a serious deck. You can Mythic with this deck, you can get good win rate with this deck, and I want to talk about it a bit. So if I were to go into analysis here, I would say that the Brothers War has added a lot of cards to this deck that people aren't playing enough of. Lay Down Arms does push you in interesting mana directions, but you can find them. We've got the Cycling Lands, and we've got Idyllic Beachfront in addition to them to add 10 planes to the deck that also produce blue. Then you can run 7 basic planes. Voila, 17 planes. This means that Lay Down Arms will often get to exile things that cost 3 or 4 mana and should have no problem exiling things that cost 1 or 2. Awesome. Soul Partition. I think this card is a bit underplayed. I love running it in this particular deck, both for stalling the opponent by targeting their things and to save your planeswalkers and activate your Hullbreaker Horror, which we'll get to in a minute. I love 4 Deluge, 1 Silver Scrutiny. You can run more Scrutiny, but I think that this is the best of one mix for me because Memory Deluge, of course, can just take over the game if you get to flash it back, and having 1 hand reload to dig towards does give you the mid-game draw a whole new hand and bury the opponent line that we so much like. But early in the game, having this card stuck in your hand gets you killed. Essence Scatter. I love Essence Scatter in this deck, hitting cards like Shieldred that are popping up, and I don't think that you need Negate. There are too many decks that just run absolutely no non-creatures, soldiers especially, really good at this. So I think Essence Scatter is the card. 4 Dissipates. 4 Union of the Third Path. The life gain from this offsets things like Invoke Despair, so it doesn't bother you. They just can't burn you out. That's a big deal. That adds a ton to this deck. The Wandering Emperor. Here we go. We samurai it up. This card is still just the best. A flash planeswalker in a control deck. What more could you ask for? Teferi. I had hoped that this would be the win con, but it's a little bit too hard to win with Teferi. It needs a lot to go right. It has the Wrenn and 7 problem. You play it, you tick down, you make the creature. If they kill the creature and attack the Teferi, you really didn't gain. If you just play it and draw a card and they attack the Teferi, you gained a little fog, and that's about it. So, but 4 copies of Farewell, that's how we keep opponent from doing anything. I love that this deck doesn't care about any permanent types really other than planeswalkers, and it doesn't need the graveyard, so exiling that all the time is just value. And 1 Hullbreaker Horror to make sure we can actually win the game, because we aren't recycling our graveyard. We're not running devious cover-ups. The card is too slow, too narrow, too useless, but 1 Hullbreaker Horror and with the help of the Wandering Emperors and the Teferi can usually get the job done when you set it up correctly. Memory Deluge lets you dig through your deck and do that. So that's my build of blue-white. It's the one that makes me happy. It's the one that I feel very confident with, and the one that I think many of you blue-white fans will hopefully enjoy as we head into a new year. And the new year, so I took a vacation last year around this time. I just didn't make any videos for like 6 weeks or something like that, waiting for Kamigawa Neon Dynasty to release. And I regret that because I spent a lot of time sitting on a beach in Miami. I know, so sad. But I was watching videos like of Historic Brawl. I think Legend was making a lot of Historic Brawl videos during that time. I'm Not Fine is a channel that made a lot of Historic Brawl videos during that time. And I was just watching those videos being like, oh, that looks fun. This year, I am once again taking a vacation, but it's not from YouTube videos. It is from the standard format. I won't be releasing standard format videos on this channel, even though that's what I do most of the year. I've done it 11 months out of the 12 this year, and we're going to do it 11 months out of the 12 next year, but we're just going to front load it. I'm going to do a bunch of Historic Brawl videos in January and into early February, waiting for the new set, One with Phyrexia, to release in early February. So that's going to be different if you really dislike Historic Brawl and it's not the format for you. I will tell you that there will still be some standard. I will be releasing standard videos for the official Magic the Gathering Arena YouTube channel and probably the CoolStuffInc.com YouTube channel. So that's still even though you're getting a whole bunch of Historic Brawl over here, you're still getting standard 2 videos a week on the other channel, even though there probably won't be many new decks or ideas to go around in standard. But I do hope that those of you who haven't tried Historic Brawl will, because it's in my opinion, it's the most fun format. It's what gets me excited. My streamathon, if you hung around for that, was 100% Historic Brawl, aside from some reaction and tier list content. But the gameplay was 100% Historic Brawl, and I was very happy. It made me happy. Making streamer happy does help, because too much standard makes streamer unhappy. So that is the channel plan. If those of you who stuck around to watch a long intro now have information. In the comments, people who do not watch this intro will be leaving comments like, what happened to streamers? Streamers change. What is this? Why would he not post standard? And you, person who is smart, educated, culture refined, and very good looking, I must say, you watch this intro, you know the answer. So when you see those comments, please just drop them a reply. Tell him to either watch this intro and link him to it, or just tell him, hey, he's going to be back making standard as soon as new cards come out, and he really likes Historic Brawl, and you can still watch standard videos at least twice a week on the CoolStuffInc.com YouTube channel and the official Magic the Gathering Arena YouTube channel. So there isn't that much to complain about. There isn't. Don't complain. It hurts. It hurts. It really hurts. Happy New Year. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Don't mind me, opponent. Just drawing an opening hand with my 1 Hullbreaker Horror, as is guaranteed. Just trying to conclude a great year with the deck I love the most. Phoenix Chick. All right. All right, opponent. I see you are feeling aggressive today. Let's see how many points you can get in. Reckless Impulse. Play with Fire Mountain. Plains for turn. Pass. Union of Third Path ready to go. Of course. Of course we can play with fire, opponent. Classic rivals. Mono red, blue-white control. Another impulse, yes. A lightning strike and an obliterating bolt. Well, the bolt won't help you. There's some life gain to offset all that beautiful damage you're proud of. Unfortunately, Painland Adarkar Waste is not playing for the team here. We probably just want to hit lands with these, to be honest. They have a Mishra's Foundry. We don't have a lot of ways to get rid of it other than Wandering Emperor, so Iganjo might have to do the job. Nothing. Just mono burn spells over there. Well, we're still at 18. Okay, cycling lands. Yeah, we want a blue source that does not hurt. And I guess we'll just take the other thing that does not hurt. Or just keep hitting our... Yeah, we'll just take cycling lands. What if we flood out from here? It'll be really good to have cycling lands. I just want them to think that we have a green component to our deck. Maybe makes them make some weird decisions. Yeah, we're going to play a creature opponent? Just having Wandering Emperor mana open will make them pretty shy with the Foundry. Never mind. Apparently not. I think I'll just take it. I have a Union here. I also have Memory Deluge, which makes Union even better. Opponent, have you ever played any creatures in your red deck? All right, so Farewell again, which I don't think we need at all. We'll take the Dissipate and the Beach. All right, I'm going to Union first, because we gain 1 more life this way. Just a casual 8 against their burn strategy. It feels like everything they've done hasn't made a dent. There's the Warfare. Do we counter that? I mean, I don't know if there's anything more worthy of a counter. Maybe Squee or Chandra. If they had either of those, I think we would have seen it already. Based on last turn, I think they're just going to attack us. Okay. Well, now it's Hullbreaker time. And nothing in Mono Red's arsenal is going to do anything about this beastie. Come over. In fact, we might see a scoop in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on, opponent. You ruined it. They might double lightning strike it, which is fine. All right, I've never seen this before. It does just mean we'll win another way. I do not mind. Wandering Emperor tokens to Fairy tokens. Let's just rip through this deck and find everything we could need. Up to 27. All right, Mono Red. I mean, you decided to keep going. How long do you want to keep going? Aye, they killed the lobster. They get some Mono Red street cred points for that. But it wasn't enough. On the play, we'll have Dissipate up on time. We'll have Soul Petition up on time. We only have 1 Plains. We have the Hullbreaker Horror in the opener. Second straight game. The one of. If you have a 1 of 7 drop in your deck, you will draw it in best of 1. This is a lock. The best thing about Idyllic Beachfront is staring at the Idyllic Beachfront. Is that Teleria over there? It is. It is. Mecca of the blue-white mages. I once studied at the Telerian Academy. All right, we've drawn 2 straight 6 drops after keeping the hand with the 6 and the 7. What could go wrong? Old Rusty. Okay. I think we'll just put Soul Partition. Make Rusty a little more expensive. And get a blood token. We do not get a land. Why would we? We have 6 drops to draw. I'm going to try to hold out for a Scrutiny on 2. I really hate Scrutiny for 1, but maybe we'll have to do it. Let's see what our opponent does with their turn. We can't fall too far behind after all. You do nothing. I'll take this draw. Come on. Okay. Maybe that will find a land. But we got to keep the Dissipate up. Malfunction? What is that? Yeah, Malicious Malfunction. This card has been growing in popularity. The mono red all 1-drop strategy demands it. It demands some low to the ground sweepers. But then they do nothing. We got a Haunted Mire out there. Opponent's deck is bizarre. Let's see what happens when I unionize. The union of the 3rd path. There we go. All right. Let's get our tapped land. We're on the move now. Silver Scrutiny can be for 3 after we get this land drop. We fell a little behind, but the opponent didn't do anything with it. It looks like we're going to have a good old controlled battle. Hopefully the Hullbreaker Horror will carry. Unclear if they have any counter spells. They have some blue, but it looks like they're mostly a black deck. I mean, they look like they want to cast Invoke Despair. Yeah, I think we just counter you, even though I might get Invoke Despaired for this. Pretty good draw. We'll see if they give us a worthy target. Something I love most about this deck, not many permanents. You can farewell everything without feeling bad about it. Yeah, we'll let that go. There's their treasure. Still don't feel like I know a lot about their deck, but I do see Corrupt, which is... Wow. Wow is corrupt. All right, hit land, play farewell. Don't hit land. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what they would resolve on me. A planeswalker, maybe? We're going to have to discard to hand size, though, if we pass. Farewell doesn't do that much here. And we have a counter spell, so okay. I'm just going to discard one of these memory deluges. Once we hit lands and cast these from the graveyard, we'll be doing fine. And it's not like their graveyard is scaring me yet. If they're a corrupt deck, we have to counter corrupt. That thing can go dome. Actually, we don't have to. We just union. Union counters corrupt just by being union. So good. All right, we're on a 27 turn clock. Sound the alarm. Splendid Reclamation? That's a reason to farewell the graveyard, isn't it? All right, dissipate. Now I know. Now I know. Yeah, without another counterspell here, do I have another turn to cast this Memory Deluge, or don't I? What if they have another Splendid Reclamation? I think I should just do it. Just do it. Whatever they're trying to do with all that mana, their big corrupts, just don't let them have it. Shigeki in response, I see you. Okay. Yeah, that is their game plan. Shigeki Corrupt. Wow. In several colors, it would appear. Just looking for land in all the wrong places. Union? I mean, against Corrupt, yes. Union. Absolutely. Ren and 7, huh?
I will protect Innistrah's forests.
Don't feel like I've seen you in a minute. Ren and 7. Make giant tree. 9/9. Okay. Opponent's got an idea for a deck. Did they get to top 1800 Mythic with it? Or did they just switch? Were they feeling the hot streak? So they're like, I'm gonna play this meme. I'm gonna play this nonsense I've been brewing in the background. Oh, I do that all the time. Opponent's gonna start filling the graveyard again. Diabolic Intent. Urborg Repossession. What the hell is this? Wandering Emperor. Cut it down.
I hope you're ready to lose.
I mean, too much life. What are they supposed to do? I guess they use Shigeki and just keep getting it back over and over. But Farewell's hating on the graveyard is going to be a problem. We just have to try to keep the graveyard clear. Tear asunder, sure. You got it.
Our swords will cross again.
Teachings, okay. I have 30 cards in the deck at this point. The repossession is down there. I think I should farewell the graveyard. Therefore, I don't want to cast this Memory Deluge. Because we already got one Shigeki. Gotta keep it empty, man. If eventually they get to the bottom if they have to keep milling themselves to get that value. All right, there's an invoke. There's an awake in the woods. Wake in the woods. Ugh. All right, we're just about to where I feel good with Hullbreaker, but you have to be able to play it and not let it die that turn. So we need a cheap instant. We'll have Deluge with Hullbreaker next turn if we're patient. Opponent is making the giant tree now. It is a 12/12. Therefore, I think I'm supposed to Memory Deluge now and look for those cheap instants. There's a Soul Partition. There's a Lay Down Arms for the giant 12/12. There's also a Wandering Emperor for the 12/12. Just get it dead. They're probably not going to give me another target like that. All right, one Soul Partition, not really enough here. But this feels like they're setting up a Shigeki. If they get those back, it's a real pain, but I can't stop them. However, if I play this, maybe they don't feel like they can take their time. But no, I'm going to do the Deluge. We're going to set up just a little more. There's a Dissipate. That's really helpful. That makes me feel a lot better. They did not Shigeki. That is excellent. They kept the Ren on 1. They are getting worried about their library. How much removal do you think they have? I think they have a lot. 5 mana. Dissipate, Soul Partition. You'd think we'd be able to survive some removal, but you see the Cut Down. We saw Tear Asunder. How many Dissipates do we have left? There's 2 here. There's 1 in hand. Let's dig for 1 more Dissipate. Oh, that's really helpful. Teferi might put some different kind of pressure on them. Save this for next turn. Otawara. Let's bring a Wandering Emperor. Maybe that will loosen them up a bit.
Anyone who harms my people must let your blade.
Yeah, look how excited they are to take a shot. Just to empty some cards from their hand. Another Union.
We must protect the people.
All right, let's start putting some pressure on. We have to wear down all these removal spells that they have. And once we do that, the Hullbreaker Horror is way more likely to win. They're also under library pressure. They deck before we do. So we got to force them to figure it out. They have a drag to the bottom. It only kills the creatures, so that's fine. We'll rebuild. Casual 49. All right, we're definitely in good shape. Just got to find the right time to release the Kraken. They say go. All right, here we go. What you got? What you got? My turn? Oh, that's not good for you. that can't be too bad. I think they have a Shigeki here. They're going to try to get all that graveyard back. I can't exactly stop them. You can't get a legendary back. Let's see what survives the attack step. They're not using the Ren, so don't get fooled by Ren. Okay, that all hit, which surprises me.
Nobody knows the past better than me.
Just gonna make a new creature and plus to it.
Show them how we greet.
All right, Shigeki, do your thing. No, opponent, you gotta try here. You're in trouble. Corrupt target Hullbreaker Horror. We'll just bounce it. Just dodge the corrupt completely. They want to go for the throat now. Same party. You're gonna run out of toys. March for 8. And they exile all but one card from their hand. Alright. Resolve all. Alright, I guess that was the great stand. Oh, poor Shigeki. Oh, that was a decimation. That was ugly. That is a lovely curve of removal to buy time to cast our blue spells. We just have to draw a blue source, but I believe I have 19 in the deck. It's very heavy. It's a lot of blue. So yeah, we'll go for it. Yeah, there's 27 lands. Only 8 don't produce blue. Looks like the opponent might want to test me with burn again. It's okay, opponent. Don't be afraid, I'm just on a budget. The Beast Caller. That's a lay down arms, I think. Gruul Aggro. Very scary deck. Maybe I was supposed to hold up an Essence Scatter there. They're incentivized to play creatures. They play the Simian Simulacrum. Let's see what else they play. Would be a good one to exile, since it does have Unearth. But yeah, let's just hold. I'll take 4. Okay, nothing. I'll partition it. Get them off the board. And they do nothing. Wow. Come on, opponent. You gotta take an action. That's not pressure. You call yourself Gruul? It's just gonna land this Essence Scatter, I think. I know that they can unearth it, but then we can Wandering Emperor. It still takes a lot of their mana. Okay, we'll just say go. Very tempting there to make sure I hit my land with the Memory Deluge, but they've still got plenty of ways to pressure us. We have to shut those down. If they bring back the Simian Simulacrum and attack, that's awesome. We'll take that, because then on end step we can Memory Deluge, and they have no board presence for the future turn. We definitely don't want to remove something that's going to exile itself. Another Emperor seems awesome against them, but maybe I'm just supposed to take 2 lands. Don't get stuck. Once we get to 7 and flashback Memory Deluge again, it's very hard for them to win. That was supposed to be the other blue source, so I could have Essence Scatter and Dissipate. Not my finest hour. Osage my land? Okay. I think they're just hoping I don't have other blue sources, but I definitely do. We'll just get the other beachfront because the others can cycle. Whoa, how many Bosejus does one gamer need? So they're trying to get rid of my counterspell mana. I guess I'll get the basic island then. Okay, nothing. I think I'll just hold Wandering Emperor. They're an aggressive deck. They have to come to me. They're trying to get action out of me. It won't work. I am patient. If I find a union of the third path, I don't know how they can beat me. We've got 4 of them. We're digging through the deck pretty fast. We did shuffle it, though, from the Bosejus. Okay, they are a channeling machine. I'll face them with the Wandering Emperor. I think they have a play with fire here.
I'm not overconfident. You're just another man. Let your blade do the talking.
Let's fight. They have another one. We get to keep the Wandering Emperor. Okay. Had to get through them. Now we have.
Keep watch for intruders.
They shouldn't be able to pick off the 2/2s as easily this time.
It's nice to see a familiar face.
Kumano. Well, that hurts.
I'm
Pretty
never
good draw
done
for them.
Good.
And a Rending Flame. And it's a Spirit, so we take the 2. Wow. Okay, their last, like their top deck plus their last card was about as good as they could hope for.
We'll have to try again.
All played around Essence Scatter as well. Absolutely wild, but I still think we'll be okay. Think we'll be fine. Yep. They fought their way through all those things just to run out of gas. I can definitely keep this on the play. Union into Wandering Emperor into Silver Scrutiny should be formidable. Just don't Thalia. And it looks like they're going to be a deck that plays with Thalia. So hold on to your butts. Here comes a scary turn. Is it? Oh god, it is. Alright, the one thing that could throw us for a loop. Soul Partition's a good one though. Let's see what the opponent has. Valiant Veteran, sure. Soul Partitioning Thalia lets us Wandering Emperor next turn. Soul Partitioning the Veteran prevents a little more damage over the long term, but not right now. Let's go for the Thalia. The awkward part is if they replay the Thalia before we Wandering Emperor. Okay, they've got the 4 mana. Do they go for it before attacks? Definitely okay to think about this. It's a big decision. You'll hear me get salty sometimes when people think about stuff that appears to be nothing, or just not understand that their Guardian of New Benalia holds priority, something silly like that, but this is a big decision. They're going in. I'm going to attempt to block the Valiant Veteran and then take out the Recruitment
Let your
Officer.
blade do the talking.
I know, I could exile this, but if they have a board where making those +1/+1 counters gets me, then I've probably made a mistake. Okay, Denick is here. Are they going wide? They are going wide. All right. Do we minus our Emperor for 2 life to take out this Recruitment Officer? Or do we make another 2/2 and force them to attack the Emperor? I like that idea. I also like the idea of digging for a Farewell into land with Memory Deluge. And if they play a Thalia, we actually get to cast this for 5 and look a card deeper. Let's see what they do.
We must protect the people.
The Union of the Third Path is rotting in our hand because of the way that the Thalia came down. We would like to get that out too. If they put the Thalia on the stack, we might just respond with Union Soul Partition. But no, they go to combat. Okay. Who attacks what? If they try to get cute here, they could suffer for it. They are trying to get cute. Okay. Let's do Union first. Gain 1 more life this way. Up to 16. Soul Partition, Harbin. You got some expensive 2-drops in your exile zone. We're definitely getting to the farewell part of the game. We need to find the farewell. Okay, they got Mural out. We can't do things on their turn. This part's pretty easy, I think. So what else? I think we just take this opportunity to scrutiny for 4. Farewell? No farewell. Ouch. Maybe I was supposed to do it for 3 or just cast the Memory Deluge so that lay down arms was an option. I still have to get rid of Wandering Emperor though. I think even if they make a bunch of soldiers here. Well, I guess no, they do have this Valiant Veteran now, don't they? Did I blow it? They play the Officer, okay. What else? Sure. Let's go. I am potentially wrecked. But let's see. They do have to kill the Wandering Emperor. They refuse to sacrifice anything to it. So I get to block. Farewell. Come on. Come on, Farewell. Help me out. Help me out. Help me out. Help me out. Thank you. Magic is easy. Yeah, they get to draw some cards. There's no question about that. But we live to fight another day. They're going to draw kind of a new hand. 1, 2, 3. My goodness. So to them, I just drew 4 last turn with the Silver Scrutiny. So they might have known this was coming. I don't know. Or they might have expected it. But you hope for the best. Plan for the worst. And then I'm the first back to board with the Wandering Emperor. Perfect setup. Yeah, I think if they expected the farewell, they would have sent all their creatures at the Wandering Emperor to make sure it was off the board so that they could reclaim initiative here. But they didn't. I don't think they expected it. Okay, 2-mana Thalia. Guardian of New Benalia. Frontliner. All right, the toys are coming out. Let's start with getting the Guardian off the field. Plus on the Samurai, it can get into the red zone.
Got new moves to teach you.
And Memory Deluge gets an extra pip because of Thalia. We actually get to look at 5 cards instead of the usual 4. Opponent doesn't have a good block, but they're thinking anyway. I mean, you do you. They find a Foundry. It's another threat. Deck is a heck... It's got a lot of threats, but now everything's face up. We have plenty of Wandering Emperors to go, and some fun mystery cards we're about to reveal. Alright, this Wandering Emperor has served us way too well. But it's time to go. I've got some sisters to take your place.
Still have much to learn.
Here is Harbin. Turn ends, but wait. Memory Deluge. 5 cards. Lay down arms, yes. Teferi, why not? Lay down on the Harbin, the flyer. Don't think we played Teferi yet. We can't quite protect it. It's kind of close, actually. So let's just chill. We've got another Wandering Emperor ready to go. The opponent is either like you know, the gears in the head are just producing just a cranium full of steam to try to think their way out of this, or they use the tactic of trying to win by making people leave. One of the two. I think we defend our 3/3 here. It's doing a pretty good job holding down the board. All right, they're gonna throw the frontliner at me. Just another resource. You know, I appreciate a Magic player who likes a brutal, slow death. I can provide that. It's kind of what I do here. All right, now it's nighttime. The Brutal Cathar will not exile the 3/3. That's what made the Soul Partition play so fun. Uh-huh. For your next trick. If they double spell, such as Legend Rule their own Thalia, they get to transform. Maybe they're thinking about it. They're just getting absolutely shut down by a 3/3 Vigilance. 8 cards deep, thank you. Once you have enough land, Thalia ceases to be a problem. A couple of farewells, a couple of lands. I mean, I don't know how they beat all that. They do have the land, though. I do have 2 Wandering Emperors. I think I'm fine. I can also just take this Dissipate. It's a nice little security blanket. Let's get in there. Actually, no. Let's not. I was going to attack and then threaten the Wandering Emperor activation. If they double block and I kill both, I'm really happy, though. But then they just turn around and they attack with the Foundry. But it doesn't kill the Emperor. The Emperor plus in that case. Think deeply, opponent. What do you think I'm up to? Put that 5 million IQ to work. It might be trying to set a record for the longest Soldiers gameplay of all time. We'll just keep setting up. Everything's fine. We have plenty more cards to gather. And as soon as we find a union of the third path, we'll probably be well out of range of any kind of shenanigans. They have the Beachhead now, though. We have to remember that can pump their team. Okay. Beachhead activate. Remember, Brute not a soldier anymore. Interesting thing to telegraph, that's for sure. Well, I mean, you played around it on my turn. Be weird if you didn't expect it now.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming.
Let's get this thing off the board. Still not worried about the Thalia since they have a backup copy.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Down to 8, but Thalia just feeding my memory deluges. Union, please. Lay down arms and another Dissipate. We'll just take the Dissipates. Shut down the ETBs. Play this on main phase. Make sure we get the 1 bonus life. We'll just defend one gigantic vigilant samurai.
Got new moves to teach you.
That will be our game plan. With the Emperor and the Samurai increasing in power, I don't know how they're going to get out of that. If you zoned out, these have been exiled by Soul Partition. They each cost 2 more than usual. Right now it's nighttime, so the Brutal Cathar doesn't actually exile when it enters, but they're going for it anyway. I'm going to hold this Dissipate for what they may have top decked. And it looks like it's going to be a Resolute Reinforcements, which does mean now that the Moonrage Brute will transform and get rid of the 5/5. So it's a great time to farewell. I'm glad they figured out their day-night shenanigans.
Keep watch for intruders.
Ah, that was the last straw. Man. They really savored the moment. They really went for it. But this deck has, even though the curve can be atrocious, if they come out with a really great curve on the soldier side, especially on the play, you get blanked. But you saw there, they had the Thalia. They didn't put on a ton of pressure though, but they lined up things very well, and they were all set up for the Mural absolute dominating win. And one farewell undid it all. And from there, complete takeover. I love blue-white control. You guys know that. Maybe you're really new to the channel. It's by far my favorite deck archetype going back so many years. So if you stayed till this point in the video, thank you very much. I'm not really worried about whether or not it's good in standard. It's probably a mid to low B tier, to be honest, as long as it's a Thalia meta, as long as Grixis has so much value in every single card. But I love to play it. And if you really love an archetype, every now and then it's not super supported like Simic right now or Golgari, but you can usually find some build somewhere that can get you up ladder. And for me, finding that blue-white control build every single meta is very fun. So it's fun to end my year with something that I love and look forward to a new year. So Happy New Year. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching all my videos. As always, I'll see you in the next one. You stayed till the end, so please remember to like, subscribe. You're cool. Phyrexia's power continues to grow as it prepares to take over the multiverse and make everything one. All pre-orders for Phyrexia All Will Be One products will sweeten the deal with an all-new exclusive CGB Dragon token. Every single sealed product, commander deck, bundle, everything that's coming with the new set gets upgraded with a CGB token for free. Get your pre-orders in and become complete with Phyrexia All Will Be One. CoolStuffInc.com, cool stuff in stock.